so here we are. We've got our finished Artec aluminum skid plates, and as you can see, they're pretty stout. A couple of features that I really like is that all of this is flush, so there's nothing to catch when you're sliding over rocks and everything. They've got all recessed fasteners and everything, which is really nice. They also have this really nice cross member, and you saw earlier as we were installing this actually replaces the stock skid. And one of the nice things about this system is it gives you an inch better ground clearance than stock. So another nice feature, and I found this out last weekend wheeling the JT with the stock skid plates. It's a lot smoother in this profile over here along the side of the body. This is a really nice, this flows up really nice here, and then this is nice and tucked. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the stock bar. And so for comparison, this is the bar actually goes this way. This is the bar, for instance, that used to bolt right here. And there's also a bar that bolts back here. But if you can see this profile here, this is a sheet metal. And when you're wheeling, this becomes something that you can catch on in both directions. So one of the things that they did with this skid plate is they smoothed out the side right here and took away this catch provision. Now a lot of people are like thinking, well, that's not a big deal, but when you have an extended wheelbase like this, this becomes something where you're sliding and you can catch on this sheet metal part. As I found out last weekend in the JT, we were able to tweak the heck out of this thing because this is just stamped sheet metal. It's not very strong. But this is, this is your stock transmission cross member, so they're expecting this little bar to protect your really expensive transmission, and so this is just not a very good design from the factory. And then, so now, we've got good smooth coverage here. It's all aluminum. You've got your hole right here, so you can change your oil without dealing, with the skid plate off and everything. And this is all nice and tight, and everything is really nicely done. So I give Artec an A+ on this design, and hopefully we'll bring you a video later on and let you know how this is holding up. Now, they do make this in steel and they do make it in aluminum. One of the advantages of going with the aluminum, in my eyes anyways, is our Jeeps got heavy. Over the last 10 years, Jeeps started getting heavier and heavier and heavier. So what Artec has done with this skid plate system is basically this only nets you about a 15-pound gain over all of the stock pieces that we took off. So all of the steel pieces that we took off, we do replace it with a steel cross member right here, and you do keep your stock cross member here, but all these plates now become aluminum, which instead of adding 200 pounds to the bottom of your Jeep, which is quite a bit, it starts adding up after a while. And that's why we were getting 6,000 pound JKs, because you start adding so much. So with this being only like a 15-pound net gain, basically you haven't really increased your weight any, but you've got this full protection. So for this, I give Artec an A+. Now obviously this one's brand new and there's no scrapes on it, but we've got customers running this, and it's been doing a great job. And the way I look at it is if we tweak this aluminum in a few years and we have to maybe replace 1 or 2 pieces of this, I will take that over the 200 pounds of weight gain over some of the steel skid plates out there. So we'll try to bring you a follow-up to these, and we're also going to be installing these skid plates on the Gladiator pretty soon. So we can give you a month by month and year by year blow of how those hold up. pretty good system. So the cost on this kind of a system right here, obviously you're gonna pay a premium because of all this aluminum. This system retails for right around $2,000, which is, you know, a little bit more than, you know, most of your steel systems are in the, you know, 14 to 15 range. So you are going to pay a little bit more of a premium to have aluminum, but I think it's a pretty sound way to go. I'd rather pay a little bit more than have a super heavy Jeep. So obviously the steel versus aluminum skid plate debates will go on forever, and I guess we're going to see. So we'll try to bring you some updates on this after it gets going. And obviously we're going to be putting the aluminum skid plates to their test on our own Jeep, so we'll be able to bring you that information as time goes on.